Hello. Thank you for being here. May 10th, just for today. It is, May 10th. First things first, why does it say May 9th just for today? That's supposed to say May 10th. But, anyways, don't pay any attention to that. Feel free to reach out. You can reach us info at realrecoverytalk.com. We're on Apple, we're on Spotify. You can find the podcast. The logo is right there. And so let's see what else. You can reach me, Tom at realrecoverytalk.com. You can reach Ben at realrecoverytalk.com. If you would like to reach all of us, you can always email us info at realrecoverytalk.com. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. May 10th, just for today, becoming entirely ready. Let me get rid of this thing here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. We get a good look at what these defects are doing to our lives. We begin to long for freedom from these defects. Basic text, page 33. Becoming entirely ready to have our defects of character removed can be a long process, often taking place over the course of a lifetime. Our state of readiness grows in direct proportion to our awareness of these defects and the destruction they cause. We may have trouble seeing the devastation our defects are inflicting on our lives and the lives of those around us. If this is the case, we would do well to ask our higher power to remove these flaws which stand in the way of our progress. As we let go of our shortcomings and find their influence waning, we'll notice that a loving God replaces those defects with quality attributes. Where we were fearful, we find courage. Where we were selfish, we find generosity. Our delusions about ourselves will disappear to be replaced by self-honesty and self-acceptance. Yes, becoming entirely ready means we will change. Each new level of readiness brings new gifts. Our basic nature changes. And we soon find our readiness is no longer sparked only by pain, but by a desire to grow spiritually. Just for today, I will increase my state of readiness by becoming more aware of my shortcomings. Okay. It's annoying me that says May 9th at the bottom. So I'm just going to put that there. Good reading, becoming entirely ready. So when we're talking about shortcomings and defects of character, in my opinion, these are things that will slowly dissipate over time. When people get into recovery or sobriety in the very beginning, obviously we were living like an asshole for a set amount of time. But the longer that we're sober and the longer that we're kind of seeing through sober eyes or through a sober lens, we start to change. And the cool thing is that we don't see it at first, but the people around us really start to pick up on this stuff before we do. And then maybe you'll start to hear people say, "Hey, you look like you seem like you've changed. What are you doing?" Or those sorts of things. But um, as far as relying on a higher power for these things, that's something that I have done in the past, and I continue to do to the best of my ability. Um, because me being a Christian, I feel that that's obviously I need to invite God into my life to help me make these changes. I know for myself personally, I've tried making these changes in the past. I've tried to be less angry. I've tried to be less annoyed. I've tried to be more open-minded, so on and so forth. And me, in my human nature, for me personally, it's difficult. But when I allow God to come in and kind of make those changes for me, it's obviously a lot easier. Um, I will increase my state of readiness by becoming more aware of my shortcomings. The more that, or the longer that we're sober, again, I become more aware of my shortcomings. You start to pick up on these things the longer that you're sober. I know when I'm being an asshole. I know when I'm being a jerk. I know I could pick up on these things, and it's also my responsibility to make those changes. So, anyways, yeah, it's a good reading. Be ready to make these changes. It's part of sobriety. There's the term the dry drunk, and it's very true. I mean, there's people out there that just put the plug in the jug and they're absolute assholes. They would be probably more fun to be around when they're intoxicated. I personally don't surround myself with those types of people. So they missed this part at some point. So yeah, that's it. Good reading. I like it. And in the end, info@realrecoverytalk.com. You can reach us there. You can reach me, Tom, at realrecoverytalk.com, and Ben at realrecoverytalk.com. All right. We'll see you later.